Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tickle Me Comedy Club podcast. I am Isaac Israel, and your host, and this is Dillon
Hi.
Dilligaf.
I'm Dillon Dilligaf, your co-host.
Yes, and we are so excited today. We have comedian Carlos Anthony here joining us this week.
Hey Carlos, how are you, man?
For
Excellent.
our COVID comedy show, our COVID comedy show podcast over here.
Oh, Isaac, what's
So,
with the mask?
Remy should. So wait, we have to talk about our sponsors, and then
Oh, that's right,
So
yeah.
one of our sponsors is Siena Italian restaurant. It's on Sahara between Fort Apache and Grand Canyon. So that's where we're having the podcast today. Remember, not only are we on Spotify and Anchor and Apple, but we're also on YouTube, so you can actually see what's going on.
Yep.
And another one of our sponsors is
Blue Zone Comedy Tour.
yes, Blue Zone Comedy Tour.
Yep.
And our third sponsor is Remy Shields. These they have all these kinds of different kinds of face shields.
Oh, yeah.
So they have these plain face shields, but they also have Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel face shields. They got these face shields for kids and stuff. It's like the new thing. Yeah, look at this.
We're social distancing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Enough of the face masks.
Enough
Put
of
on
the
some
face
face
masks.
shields. All right.
You know,
yes.
I wanted to say, Isaac,
All right,
that
yeah.
we are social distancing. The TV makes it look like, the camera makes it look like we're a lot closer together, but we're like 10 feet apart.
Yeah, yeah.
That is correct. That is
It's
correct.
20 pounds heavier.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
Well, so how have you been?
I'm good. We hanging in there.
I
Trying
know.
to
So-
still be busy.
So during this pandemic thing, did you do any comedy? Did you tell us what you kind of did to fill
Absolutely
in the time?
not. I've been holding tight. I've been trying to stay locked in and quarantined, but still trying to remain creative via skits and,
Yeah.
and some other things that I can do online and still be relevant.
Did you do any virtual comedy sessions?
I tried a couple of them, and,
How'd that go for you?
it's like an open mic with two people in the audience. It just doesn't fly for me. I don't
Really?
because I like the audience. I
I
like the
know.
audience participation. I like the response you get.
Yep.
You get to see facial responses and hear the actual laughs.
You know, we've been talking to comics for the last few weeks, and that's pretty much a common thread is the feedback.
Oh yeah.
And so I was going to get one of those little things where you have like the canned.
The laugh tracks?
Yeah, the laugh tracks, right?
Yeah. It's good, but it's nothing like live comedy. I mean, absolutely.
I know.
Nothing like it. So I try to stay away from it. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people still want to do them because they want to stay comedically sharp.
Right, I did one.
How did that go?
Well, as I said before, it was really cool because I put my set list like right under the camera,
Right,
so I didn't
right.
have to
Oh,
think
okay.
about where I was going. It was pretty cool. I liked it.
Well, that's the cheat sheet. Yeah, the cheat
The
sheet.
cheat sheet right there.
There you go. Okay.
But yeah, so then we'll get back to what you've been doing. But I wanted to bring this up at this point. Is we did a drive-in comedy show. Had you heard about it?
I did hear about it.
It was awesome. You were talking about feedback, and the feedback was people honking their horns, flashing their lights. We had a few people at picnic tables, and it was.
That reminds me of a date I had once. It was like the lights weren't what I was expecting. The police lights, but hey, things happen.
Still lights, right?
during a date, police lights during a date.
Well, we were out in a secluded area. One of those type
okay.
of dates.
Wow.
Holy car for miles.
This
Exactly.
podcast is becoming rated R all of a sudden.
I'm here to tell the truth.
There you go.
So during this pandemic time off, we got to write some new material, maybe practice some stuff in front of the mirror.
Yeah, I've been writing. I've definitely been writing and trying to jot down things as they come along in my head, or I see things out and about. But as far as practicing in the mirror, I don't like to look at myself. So yeah, I'd rather get in front of a live audience at some point, or I'll turn them into skits.
There you go.
So
how do you do that?
if I think of an idea that I know or I think could be a good skit, then I'll just go ahead and write it out, and then I'll perform the skit, and I'll take the skit and then post it up.
So it'll be like a
That's
one-man
terrific.
skit, so you'll play all the
One-man
parts?
skit,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
Give us an example, something short.
What you talking about? Well, I've got
Okay,
no
we'll
line
skip.
on YouTube. Hey, you can't do a skit on the podcast.
Well, It's a video.
Well, they can see me. Hey, how y'all doing? But they can go
right.
to YouTube. I have a bunch of them up now. So,
All right. Well, that's good. Go out to YouTube. Tell them.
yeah, it's YouTube, obviously youtube.com/c/comedian Carlos A.
Carlos A.
But yeah, I've been trying to get. I want to try to get up my YouTube to maybe 3 skits a week or 3 videos a week, because I think they said that's the sweet spot for YouTube to start getting some real traction on there. So.
It's ambitious. Well, all of us comedians, we don't have much else to do, right?
Yeah, so you might as well use your time. I've been talking to a lot of comedians, and we're figuring out who the real creatives are at this particular point. Since you can't really get on stage like you used to, that you have to do something creative in this moment. And hey,
That's unique. We hadn't heard that before.
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So,
So 1 second. So podcast team, our remote podcast team, can you go on Google Live, please? We need you on Google Live. I want you to be able to see the podcast and hear the podcast. Elijah, if you could text them and let them know to get on the Google Meet, the weekly meeting. So I don't care if you edit it out or keep it in, keep that in, whatever. This is as pro as we get, as pro as we get over here. But Carlos, we haven't properly introduced you. I mean, you've won a lot of comedy competitions. You just moved to Vegas recently. You travel all over the U.S. doing clubs and colleges. And so, can you tell a little more to the audience?
Yeah, I've been in comedy for a while. I hate to tell people how long, because people always judge you by how long you've been in something. So I've been in comedy for a while. Like you said, I've definitely had my ride around the States in doing comedy, and this is something that I love to do. So in my spare time, this is all I'm thinking about. This is all I'm trying to do, and just in these moments, trying to get better at it. So this is where it is. This is entertaining is the art form that we have to keep.
But how'd you get into it?
I got into comedy as a joke, actually. I went to an open mic at I think it was Crumpy's Comedy Club, which was a hot wing joint in Memphis, Tennessee. Some time ago, when they were doing.
Which is where you're from?
No, I'm originally from Little Rock.
Little Rock,
So
that's
I
right.
moved
Okay.
to Memphis, and they were doing an open mic that night. And some friends and I were sitting in the back clowning people that were bombing. And the guy got up. He was like, "Hey, if you think you can do better, hey, I'll give you 5 minutes. Go up there and see what you can do." So I just went up there and started talking and wound up winning that competition. So that was my introduction into comedy, was as a joke. I'll try this and see what happens. But
that's a good
I had no
story.
intentions on being a comedian when I was growing up.
So then you started doing open mics.
Oh yeah, open mics, and then I think in your initial stage of comedy, you think that you got it. Once you get a couple of lands, you get a couple of shows under your belt, you think you got this nailed, and you don't have to practice, you don't have to work at this, and then you bomb.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
then you get that rude awakening.
Do you remember the first time you bombed?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I cried.
On stage?
It was shortly thereafter.
You cried, huh?
Yeah, it was one of those, because it was an awakening moment. It was one of those moments where you're on such a high because you get these open mics and you get good feedback, and then you do an actual show, and it was maybe 200 or 300 people in that show.
Oh, you bombed at a show? That's awful. It's bad enough bombing at an open mic, but at a show?
Oh no, this was
man.
at a 200, 300 seat show.
Yeah.
And I ate it. And there was a guy riding me the entire show, and I didn't know. At that point, I was new, and I didn't know how to come back. And he just wound up controlling the show, and I was like, Then I had to do 30 minutes.
30
because
minutes.
I told someone, I got it. I can do 30 minutes. That's nothing. I did maybe 17.
Out of here.
I had to tap out.
I did. Oh man, yeah, I did one of those shows, Jersey City. It's like 150, 200 people, right? And yeah, same thing. I was like, I could do half an hour, whatever. Like in 5 minutes, they lit me. They lit me from the back. You see that? And I was praying for that light. I was praying for that light.
Sometimes
and
the light is justice. It's like, all right, it's time to go.
I want that light. It's like, I got paid already. They gave me food and drinks. I don't care. I got to get off this stage because I'm bombing so bad.
Yeah, man.
And funny thing is, the host was such a pro that he was able, because part of my act back then, was about being Filipino and stuff, and so he gets up there and then he just riffs for about like 10 minutes, about 5 to 10 minutes to get the audience back about being Filipino and his Filipino friends and things like that. I'm like, man, that's the kind of stuff I want to do eventually.
But
you know?
in that point, that's when you know that you have a ways off to go to being a pro, because you have to be able to switch that and know how to get people back in. And, yeah, I was not there yet. I was definitely not there yet.
Whew. Yeah, it's
And a
just,
heckler too.
Yeah,
Right?
oh, he ate me alive.
Did he really?
Oh, he ate me alive. And it's one thing for a heckler to heckle you and you kind of maneuver it. It's another when they take the entire audience with them. Yeah,
and they're all against you at that point.
It was a wrap. It was a wrap. Lesson learned.
Yeah. Well, good lesson. A good lesson.
Oh, most
though, right?
definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely. Because if you are trying to be good at something, you have to go through those ebbs and
Oh, yeah.
flows
Heck yeah.
of learning the craft.
And we
And I
all
think,
evolve.
it's everybody, Bob. Everybody.
Yep.
I don't care what any comedian tells you. They ate it at some point or another, or several times.
Or they're not really a comedian.
Or they're not really a comedian.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
agree with that wholeheartedly.
Exactly right. That was pretty good. That's a good story.
yeah, I look forward to bombing. I'm like, come on, bring it
Sometimes,
on.
but sometimes you have
know?
to challenge yourself like
Yeah,
that. Is that I'm going to
absolutely.
step out on a limb. I'm going out on a space that I haven't been on before. So I'm gonna try it just to see what happens. And then again, you testing your metal. So it's one of those things where it's part of the job.
Yep. Yep.
It's that's a scary time.
Oh, very much so.
Because then you're trying to, in your head, you're trying to see if you can correct it in real time on the fly. And it's like, you're only making it worse on yourself, man. Right?
When you have not become a professional good at your craft,
Yep.
you know when you do not have it.
Scrambling, right?
You are scrambling. That mind is constantly going. You done had to drink water before.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anybody heard of water
Right,
before?
right.
And the few seconds that you don't know what to say feels like an eternity
Oh.
up there. It feels like it is so long. Yet, if you're an audience member, you're like, oh, it's just take a break for a second, But like as a comedian, you're like, oh my god.
That 10 seconds can seem like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So,
Absolutely.
hey, you gotta learn.
So Carlos, what do you? So after the COVID and everything, what are you planning to do comedy wise?
Get back on stage. Obviously, I think that's the first
Like
thing.
touring, traveling, or
Most definitely. Get back in the travel and try to work out the material that I don't put into skits, and just get back to work.
What are your favorite places to do comedy in?
Of course, the Tickle Me Comedy Club.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good answer.
Have
We
to
didn't-
say the Tickle Me Comedy Club. Comedy clubs are obviously the it thing. I like the improvs. I like the Tickle Me Comedy Club. Anywhere that we can do comedy. I'm not I know that I'm not a hole in the wall kind of place. I like to go there when you want workout material.
Yeah.
But if you want a good audience that's there for comedy, then go to the comedy clubs.
Yeah,
It's
close.
enough of them.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not to deter anybody from going to the hole in the walls. But I'm just saying, for me, I like the atmosphere of the comedy club.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you and your girlfriend are both in entertainment, right?
That is correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did you guys meet in entertainment, or?
We met on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we were just Facebook friends, and then it just evolved into
Okay.
it. But then I found out she was an actress, and obviously we do skits as well together from time to time.
Oh, that's
She's working
great.
on some projects herself, so
Uh-huh.
we got creativity all through the house.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you doing any acting yourself?
I will eventually.
Okay.
She's the actress, and she pinpoints things like none other. She has an excellent eye for seeing certain things when I'm doing my skits, to tell me to do it a different way, or show me a different way to do it, to convey. Even those nonverbals are tremendous. So yeah, I get into acting again. That's when I was in communications.
Yeah.
That was my major. So I was in plays and things like that. So we'll
Yeah.
get back into it.
Right. Power entertainment.
Of
Couple.
course.
So she's giving you constructive criticism,
By
right?
all means,
Yeah.
every day. Life is a constructive criticism.
My wife's constructive criticism existed of, don't do that joke again. That's it.
I
No
heard
reason
that
why
too.
or anything. Don't do that again.
I've heard that, but again, you need an outside source sometimes to be
Yeah.
honest with you, because we think everything is funny.
Oh, yeah.
And then we say it, and it's like, no, it's not really that
Yeah.
funny. It's not-
Well, you just don't get it. You just don't get it.
Right.
Other people laugh
Yeah,
at that.
no,
Yeah.
some things need to be told, but then you just don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we're I lost it for a second.
Yeah.
Edit that out. I lost it for a second. So,
Is that your magnesia
that's,
happening
yeah,
again?
you know, when you get my age, you get magnesia. You know what that is, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I'm not there.
you'll get it. Go ahead.
So, you know, we get these trending topics from our team each week, and okay, there's one of the trending topics is a Russian police officer major fell from his window after testifying. So he quote unquote fell from his window after testifying against his boss.
Yep.
Oh, this is something that just magically happened after you
Yeah.
testified against his
Yeah.
boss. Sounds like his boss.
Totally an accident.
Was his boss around?
He was nowhere to be found. There's nowhere to be
So we
found.
don't. Was his boss in where he testified? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. So, what window was this?
So Phil, I mean, Isaac, that reminds me. Come talk with me out here by the window.
Yeah, no, you can't testify against somebody and then go stand next to an open window. That's
especially in
not,
Russia.
that's not something you want to do.
You don't even need. It's not in Russia. You don't do that.
Exactly. I forgot. Yeah, that was the key point. It was Russia too. Yeah, nah.
That's pretty
never
obvious,
testify
though,
in
right?
Russia.
And he fell from window right after testifying. I don't
Yep.
think so.
Directly after.
Yeah.
But they don't make those windows stable in Russia. I think that's what it is. You know, the
Yeah.
windows, they don't.
I've never seen a window in Russia, but I know now never to stand near one.
So the backstory on that is it was on the ground floor.
Oh, so he just got a twisted ankle.
We
Okay,
don't know how
so
he
he's
had
fine.
to broke his neck and his back. You know, in Russia, things happen.
Russia's a different place. I don't have any desire to visit.
Okay, so let's see. Another trending topic is, let's see.
Let's go with the one on TikTok. TikTok enlists an army of lobbyists as suspicions over ties with China and data sharing grow. So, you have any thoughts on that? Of China taking our data?
Tell me the story again. So China's
Okay.
taking.
So TikTok,
Okay,
right,
I'm familiar.
which is allegedly a Chinese, well, I don't know about allegedly, it's a Chinese-owned operation.
Okay.
Wait, is it TikTok? Is TikTok Chinese right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, this would
You
explain.
doubted me?
This would explain
You
a lot
Oh
of
my
things.
gosh!
Okay.
Dylan knows more about social media than me. Holy cow!
Come to the window, Isaac.
What was that?
So it says here in the little blurb that we got that they TikTok enlists an army of lobbyists as suspicions over ties with China and data gathering grow.
And
So in-
data sharing grow, yeah.
Yeah. So in essence, what they're saying is they got all these TikTok things, platforms out there. People on TikTok, all that data is going to China.
Hey, it makes sense though. Now it's a lot.
What?
It's millions of people on TikTok doing
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
damn
it's
dance
growing
over
so
and over
fast.
again.
Yeah.
So it's possible. It is highly possible.
Wait, but let's get Raina in on this. What kind of data is being shared on TikTok? Raina is our
She's the data researcher.
social media team member here.
What is the word?
So what kind of data is being shared? What can potentially be shared with China?
So, like most social media, not close enough.
Raina, you look like you're good on the camera.
Right.
I didn't even know that.
You accept a lot of things like access to your phone, your camera, your contacts, things like that nature can be sent. So
What?
Hey.
most apps ask for those as well, like Instagram. Facebook.
So-
potentially that information.
So TikTok's getting these lobbyists. What are they going to be lobbying to allow, to continue to allow them to secure this information from people, or why are they getting lobbyists for?
Well, I'm not sure what the aim of the government or the privatization of TikTok is, but it could be for limiting information, or maybe it's, hey, you clicked accept. You said okay to my policies. What's your problem? You said yes. So it's a double-edged sword on that one.
I think it goes deeper than that.
Okay.
Because as Sun Tzu said in The Art of War, to know your enemy is best, something to that effect. And basically, anything that the Chinese or any adversary can learn about us. So like on TikTok, they're doing they have your location via GPS, all your communications,
that's right.
who you're communicating with, when you're on what you're talking about. So they may not have a specific purpose for it, but they're gathering the data because a little bit of data here, a little bit of data there, something there, they can put it all together in some sort of a strategy. So a similar story is a couple years ago, drones, unmanned aerial vehicles. Well, there was a big deal about DJI is a manufacturer of drones, and DJI is owned by China. And so all the military installations had these DJI drones that they were flying around the installation, doing surveillance or whatever they were doing. But little did they know that all that data that was coming from the drone was being sent to China. And so same kind of thing. There may not be a specific intent at this point, but they're gathering little bits and pieces to put it all together in a big story later.
Well, listen here, I will be a strong lobbyist against TikTok and these dances that they are doing.
No. TikTok's hiring the lobbyists.
Well, they should. They should hire them to help stop this dancing that's going on. Because have y'all seen them dancing on there? It is horrific. I've never seen such a train wreck of dancing in my entire life. So they're
We need
trying to show us
the
about
lobbyists
this dance
to
steps.
stop the dancing.
Please stop the dancing. TikTok's out of control.
I've never been on TikTok, but so it's like, as I know, it's like a 20-second blurb, right? You're supposed to
You can
dance.
do a minute. You can do it to a minute, but it's horrific. It's a train wreck.
How many people can you watch doing the floss?
I mean, it's out of control. But it's a train wreck that you cannot stop watching. And it's one of those things you keep going back to because you're like, what in the is going on here? And are you really gonna do this on live? And it's millions of followers. They have millions of followers. I don't get it.
There is freedom of expression here in the U.S., but there is a limit to this
be.
freedom. Okay, there has to be limits to the freems that we hold dear.
I don't know how
Okay,
many times
because,
I've
I mean,
typed stop doing this on TikTok videos. I just don't know. It's at a point where this must be stopped. So if I can join that lobbyist, I'm all for it. I'm a lobby against this.
We can make hats that say "Stop TikTok dancing."
I think I'm gonna stand out in front of this restaurant that's done with a sign that says "Stop TikTok dance."
Yeah. The acronym would be STD. So.
See, boom, there we go. Stop STDs.
Right?
Stop STDs.
See, we got them something going now.
So
Ridiculous.
Let me see if there's even. Oh, I know. So Kanye West has thrown his hat into the ring, and today I heard that they're actually going to put him on a ballot as an independent.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
For this year's election?
You doubt me again, Isaac?
Oh my gosh. Kanye West is running for president?
Yes.
Wait, so he becomes a pal? Oh, it's all part of his plan, right? He's like, all right, first I get out of debt, then I become a pastor because I'm out of debt now, right? I'll help people, yeah, and then after that I'm gonna be president,
There you
right?
go.
It's a natural progression of.
Kanye needs to sit down somewhere. Please, just sit down.
But he would win.
I don't know
Because
why.
he would win because he's an artist.
Wasn't
Right? I don't
Didn't
know.
he last year? Wasn't he sitting in the Oval Office with a mega hat?
He was.
So, I wonder if he's changing that.
I don't
Wait,
know.
so he would have to,
Nobody knows
he
what
would have to
Kanye's
run
doing.
Democrat or independent. Oh no, he'd have to run independent
He'd
then.
have to
Well, they
run
said today on the news that they're putting on a ballot in one of the states as an independent.
Okay, so what'll happen is if he gets on all the ballots, he's going to split the Democratic vote, and Trump will
Oh
definitely
my
win.
God!
Master
What
plan.
world are we
Don't you
living
think?
in?
I know.
Don't you think he would split the Democratic vote?
What are we
Unless-
doing? What are we doing?
Well, no. But he might have. So he's a pastor, so he'd have conservative views, right?
He would.
So then he might split the Republican vote, and then Biden will win.
I don't know how we got here.
All of a sudden,
I don't
How
really
did
know how we
Kanye
got
get on
here.
this
How we
planet?
got here. Our choices. I want the people to listen to this. Our choices are Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Kanye West. You have to think that other countries are looking at America right now like, really? What is going on over there? What is really happening in this country? Right? We are the biggest, most watched reality show ever.
it's like the Chinese sitting there watching the reality show, right?
That's why I said I don't know what kind of information the Chinese are drawing or
These
what Russia's
Americans are
doing,
so
but hey, man,
stupid
it's
Americans.
probably best to stay where they are.
Yeah. Kids don't want to come over here. No.
But I thought Kanye took his name out. I've heard different stories recently.
Imagine
so,
that, like if like the the Grammys, like he's president of the United States, and then he's like, all right, the host of the Grammys this year is the president of the United States, Kanye West. What?
I wonder if you
I hear Australia's this time. Nice this time.
Let's all go to Canada. I wonder if you make Kim.
So wait, Kim Kardashian would be the first lady.
Oh
my God,
this
Kim
just gets
Kardashian would be the
worse.
first lady.
Or-
no, that
the
White
podcast
House,
now.
that
We're
the
done.
interior decoration of that is going to be all changed. Everything's going to be changed in there. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. They're
The
going
Oval
to
Office
bling
will become hip-hop.
they're going to bling the Oval Office.
I think that they would definitely give the White House a makeover. I can see that. I can see that. Kind of Yeezy wear everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeezy wear.
So,
Yeah, because they're more comfortable. You walk around in Yeezys, they're more comfortable, you know. There's long hallways
I
in the
don't-
Oval in the
I don't
Oval
know
in
about
the
it.
White House.
Maybe he'll make Kim the vice president.
Wait, no. Okay, no. He'll make Taylor Swift the vice president.
yeah.
It has to be a female candidate, right?
I can't believe
Taylor
y'all looking
Swift.
like y'all getting excited about this. I'm having a problem with this.
Well, no, maybe not Taylor Swift. Wait, who are they friends with? Who are they friends with? Who's Kanye friends with that he'd make president?
I don't
Lady.
I don't know. I don't know.
Any
I don't know if
ideas?
he reconciled with Jay-Z or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a feasible choice.
I like what you said about the people, the other countries just sitting there looking at this reality show, because I was trying to figure out a definition that's pretty good. The American reality
It
show.
is a reality show at
Uh-huh.
the highest level right
gone
now.
astray.
We have a president who's out of control.
Uh-huh.
We have someone running for president who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Then we throw Kanye West in this
And I-
mix. Come on, man.
Wouldn't that be an interesting concept that he's the most stable of all three of them?
That would,
That's an interesting concept, huh?
Now that you say that,
Lately
though,
it's been
that's
stable.
about right,
I know,
actually.
right? That's
Would he throw church? Like he would have like a church, his church things is a church,
The concerts,
church concerts in the White House.
on the
On the
lawn.
White
On the White House
lawn.
lawn. Oh my gosh.
In the Rose Garden.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
and it's $20 to get in. You know that? It's $20 to get into his
50.
concerts. It'll be $50.
50.
You're at the White House. Come on.
Oh, that's good.
But imagine the great social media you get out of that.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
listen,
he would be in for 8 years.
We're going to hell in a handbasket.
So then there was a big Facebook scam that happened. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
What's that?
But somehow they hacked into Facebook. They think it was an inside job.
Uh-huh.
And they hacked into all these people's famous people like Elon Musk.
Okay.
Kanye West. Hey, what a coincidence.
Uh-huh.
And so they were pretending to be these guys, and they were putting out these Facebook messages saying to donate to Bitcoin.
Okay, the Bitcoin scam. Yeah.
I had
Uh-huh.
big Bitcoins in, so that was on the news.
So did the price of Bitcoin go up?
I don't know. I have to ask my financial
I've got to
advisor.
take a look about Bitcoin and see if it went up. I noticed mine has been fluctuating recently, but yeah, I did hear about the hack. I tell you, it's so many things going on in this country
I know,
right
it's
now.
crazy.
It's
So,
something. One
so
after
what they were reporting today was that it was an inside job, and whoever the hackers were, they bought off an employee to give them all the access to all these accounts. And I thought, there
No
you go.
way.
Yeah, that's what it said. You doubt me again, Isaac?
Wow. So that's one way. That's one way of hacking, right?
Yep.
It makes sense.
That's
though.
one way of hacking. Like,
Somebody needs to- I'm becoming a hater of Facebook.
I know.
I don't like it anymore. I don't like what it's become.
What about Facebook Live?
No, I think I'm done with Facebook. I think I'm going to be done with Facebook in about 30 days.
How about Instagram?
Instagram is cool because Facebook doesn't give you access to all of your quote unquote followers. You
Yeah.
have 5,000.
Yeah,
on one page.
they're limiting the organic reach that
Exactly.
you pay for Facebook ads.
Exactly.
So I had heard that there's a circumvention for around Facebook here. There's twice on there that you click on something and then you do something else, you follow the instructions, and it's an alternate instead of Facebook, and you get all your friends back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
There's more research.
I don't know. I think it's time to move because there's so many other platforms. You mentioned TikTok, there's one Instagram. YouTube is actually for me where I'm just trying to divert my attention to one, you can monetize it. Two, whoever's subscribed are your actual subscribers that you get access to. So I want to definitely shift to YouTube full time.
I'm going to go old school. I'm going back to the Pony Express.
Oh, okay, we'll start mailing letters off.
Yeah.
Okay,
You ever
well, you
heard
let
of
me know how that works. You have a whole bunch of mail at your house.
No, No more Facebook. It's all Pony
Yeah, you
Express.
got Facebook it's time.
See what's going on out there, and it's like, oh my God.
It's the same stuff.
I know.
It's the exact same thing. People arguing
I know.
with each other. I've gotten caught up in Facebook arguments, and you have to sit back and think, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? I'm wasting time.
So then I have a cousin who's on Facebook all the time, and he's a liberal, and anybody that challenges his thoughts, they get blasted on Facebook. And so I just kind of sit back and watch it happen. I never, my opinion or my stand on anything. I just kind of like, it's like, what do you call it, a reality show.
Oh, yeah,
basically.
that is fine. It's a bunch of people sitting around arguing with each other with their own
Yeah.
points of view, which is okay, I guess. I posted at one time I like chocolate chip ice cream,
Oh.
and that it was
Really?
an argument of what's the best ice cream you can possibly. I was like, are y'all seriously sitting here arguing over ice cream?
Well,
Ice
obviously
cream?
it's Haagen-Dazs.
This is what the world has
okay,
become.
yeah. It
We
looks
got to
like
ask Nancy Pelosi about what's the best kind of ice cream. Do you remember that when she had opened her freezer?
Oh, I didn't see this. What happened?
I guess she was doing an interview. I don't know who it was with,
Uh-huh.
and she was in her kitchen at her mansion in San
Of
Francisco.
course.
And she brags about this expensive ice cream that she has, and she opens the freezer on her refrigerator, giant commercial refrigerator, and it's just jam packed full of this really expensive ice cream. And I thought, well, we'll query her and see what the best ice cream is.
Yeah, we'll do
Nancy.
that. But we'll have to do that on the next podcast
Oh,
because
yeah.
our time is up today.
Oh, good. Time flies. Time
So-
flies.
So, Carlos, how can people find you?
I am still currently on Facebook. However, I'm encouraging people to, again, go to my YouTube, subscribe. It's \C \comedian Carlos A on YouTube. Subscribe to that. I'm on Instagram, comedian Carlos.
Terrific.
TikTok, comedian Carlos. But I do not dance
Yeah.
on TikTok.
All right, part of the
No pause
STD
dancing.
campaign.
No, yeah, the STD campaign is
Right.
in full effect.
Well,
All right.
Carlos, this is the first time I met you, and it's been a great pleasure. I really enjoyed
Likewise.
talking with you.
I appreciate
And
you
hopefully
having me.
we'll see you out on the circuit somewhere.
We'll be back. We'll be back soon.
We'll be
As
back,
soon
yeah.
as we can get this under control, we'll be back.
Yep.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being with us, and we remind you of our sponsors for tonight's Siena Italian restaurant, Blue Zone Comedy Tour, and
Remy Shields.
Remy Shield. Oh yeah, the Shields. There you go.
Yes.
Stay safe, and
All right.
we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Stay COVID free, folks. Good night.
Good night.